Hey, welcome to this week's UUCT CRE Lesson, The World of Wonder, Lesson 2, Creativity in Nature. Today we'll be reading The Most Beautiful Bower in the World by Janine Grossmeyer and going on a multi-state birdwatching adventure as I travel to visit my family in Texas. We start, as always, with the lighting of the chalice. Join me by lighting a chalice of your own, and remember, if you're using a real flame, to have an adult's permission and supervision. We light the chalice to honor the web of all life, and we honor the sun and earth that bring life to us. We honor the plants and the creatures of land, water, and air that nourish us, and we honor each other, gathered here to share the wonder of our world.
Hello, friends. Today's story will be The Most Beautiful Bower in the World by Janine K. Grossmeyer. In the land of Australia, where koalas climb high in the eucalyptus trees and kangaroos bound across grassy plains on big great feet, a baby bird pecked his way out of his shell. His mother called him Chiaro, and she brought him good fruit to eat. Every day for dessert she brought him bugs. His feathers were brown and green, just like his mother's. Both Chiaro and his mother had pale blue eyes. Every day Chiaro ate fruit and bugs to help him grow bigger. Every day he flapped his wings hard to help him grow stronger. And every night his mother told him stories about his father. He was handsome, with satiny blue feathers, she told him. He was graceful, with a beautiful dance. He was charming, with a lovely voice, and he built the most beautiful bower in the world. "What's a bower?" asked Chiaro, for all he knew of the world was their nest, high in a tree and surrounded by green leaves, and the slivers of blue far above them that his mother said was sky. "A bower is a special nest built upon the ground," his mother told him. "With his feet your father smoothed the ground to make a dancing floor. With his beak he placed each twig just so to make an archway. He chewed leaves and berries to make paint, then dipped a piece of bark into it and painted the archway's walls. He flew far and wide to find the prettiest flowers and feathers and shells to decorate the bower with, and all of them were the most beautiful blue." "Like the sky?" Chiaro asked. "Like the sky," his mother agreed. "When I came to the bower, your father danced and sang for me, and then I joined him on the dancing floor. Some day, Chiaro, you will build a bower for your lady love." Then his mother covered him with her wing, for it was time to sleep. Chiaro closed his eyes, wondering what kind of bower he would build when he was grown. When Chiaro was 3 weeks old, he flew for the very first time. Soon he could swoop and soar and zoom up and zoom down. He went high enough to see the sky, and it was huge, not just little slivers. It stretched from one end of the world to the other, and all of it was of the most beautiful blue. A few days later, he and his mother left their nest. They flew until they found a flock of other birds. All of them had brown and green feathers and pale blue eyes. Chiaro spent his days playing with his new friends. They flew high in the sky, zipping and zooming and swooping and soaring. They ate fruit from trees and bushes. Sometimes, for dessert, they would hunt bugs. At night, they slept on the branches of trees. Around them, koalas climbed high in the eucalyptus trees, and kangaroos bounded across the grassy plains on great big feet. When Chiaro was 5 years old, he noticed he had some new feathers that were dark, satiny blue. The other boys had some new dark feathers too. All the girls were still green and brown. Chiaro decided he didn't want to spend his days zipping and zooming and swooping and soaring. He wanted to build. Chiaro flew into the forest, searching for just the right spot. He found it surrounded by 4 tall trees, with a little rivet of water not far away. With his feet he smoothed the ground to make a dancing floor. With his beak he placed each twig just so to make an archway. He chewed leaves and berries to make paint, then used a piece of bark to paint the archway's walls. He flew far and wide to find the prettiest flowers and feathers and shells to decorate his bowers with, and all of them were of the most beautiful blue. Every day he noticed that more of his own feathers were turning satiny blue. Every day he practiced dancing and singing, making the sounds of other creatures he heard. Every day he smoothed the dancing floor and rearranged the flowers and feathers and shells. Some days he went hunting for more decorations. Chiaro found snail shells and bright leaves and beetle wings, but he liked blue parrot feathers the best. He took a few from another bird's bower a few lights away. The next day, when he came back from a trip, every single one of his blue parrot feathers were gone, so Chiaro went searching again. In the spring, a lovely green and brown bird with pale blue eyes came to his bower. He danced and sang his best for her, but then she flew away. Chiaro was sad, but he promised himself, "I'll do it better next time." All the next year he built and rebuilt his bower, painting the archway, smoothing the dance floor, finding and arranging his decorations of the most beautiful blue. Almost half his own feathers were satiny blue now, and he practiced his singing and his dancing too. That spring 3 birds came to his bower, and he sang and danced for each of them. 2 of them left when he was finished, and 1 of them stayed for a little while, but none of them joined him on the dancing floor. Once again,
Thank you for joining us today, and we hope that you enjoyed our bird watching activity and our story.